It amazes me just how much the physical world and the psychological world are intertwined. People tend to view them as separate entities, but I believe they're one and the same. Both strongly influence the other. Certain experiences in the physical world may make us think or feel a certain way in the psychological world, and things brewing in the psychological world are the direct cause for how we view the physical world. Frequently, they work together, resulting in fascinating experiences that, frankly, we take for granted. For example, when we watch a movie, we know deep down that none of what we're seeing is real. It's just sets, actors, props, effects, scripted dialogue, all pre-planned and directed behind camera. But a great movie taps into the psychological world and makes us forget that. We get lost in the incredible dynamic third world, the fictional world, a perfect blend of the physical and psychological worlds. Another, more complicated example would be through the creative process of filmmaking. What leads to these great movies? How do movies come to be? From the script, or from the camera, or actually no, scratch that. How does anything come to be? What's the spark that ultimately encourages people to create? The answer to that question is an idea. Ideas are interesting things. You don't really come up with them as much as they just kind of float around in this psychological space and you choose the ones you like. As visionary filmmaker David Lynch put it, we don't really create ideas, we just catch them, like fish. No chef ever takes credit for making the fish. It's not always easy. You'll catch several ideas that are either bad, pointless, or that have been done before. But if you're committed, if you truly care about what you're doing, if you truly want to create something unlike anything else, they will come to you. It won't be predictable. You'll never know when an idea will come to you or what bait will make it come to life. But it will come to you. And sometimes you'll be showered with ideas. And once you have an idea that inspires you, an idea that you truly believe could go somewhere, the question then becomes, what do you do with that idea? How do you bring that idea into fruition? How do you make it more than an idea? And that leads to the actual physical creation of film. The creative process that is filmmaking is often a much longer and more complicated endeavor than it's often given credit for. It requires a lot of time, dedication, thought, planning, care, and energy, and that's even before you actually begin the main work of your project. You start by sitting down and writing, weeks and weeks, if not months later, then congratulations, you've written a story. Now what? Read it, thoroughly, and then you realize something. It kinda sucks. Like, really, really bad. So you rewrite it, like a lot. Several times, in fact, until finally you have something that you don't hate. Then there's all the planning and preparation you need to do, finding out what locations to film in and making sure you're actually allowed to film in those locations. There's contacting people, asking if they're willing to act in your project, having them say yes, absolutely, thumbs up, only to have them drop out in the literal last second. And all of that is assuming you haven't already prepared all the equipment you're going to need. Hours and hours of editing is needed to ensure the story is told in a way viewers will appreciate and understand. It has to be visually interesting, and the sounds and music selections must complement the story. It's crazy, but great art comes with great responsibilities. It is long, it is work, it can be arduous. But the reason filmmakers do what they do is because they have a story that they need to tell. The most passionate artists out there never quit, no matter how hard the physical process can be, because in the psychological world, there lies this burning desire and persistence. Almost everything that person has experienced has come to shape them into who they are now. Years and years of life experience, appreciation for art, passion, desire to create. All of this now culminating into here and now, expressing their psychological world in physical form. And then we wait for the critiques.